Good morning, DrupalCon. And welcome to the next 20 minutes about building frictionless journeys with Drupal, Mautic and Unomi. Hi, my name is Leen. I am a Chief Marketing at Drupal. I have about 15 years of background in marketing automation and customer experience. But in Drupal, I'm still like a newbie. I've been working in a Drupal company for a year and a half now. So I'm really excited to be here and also to be experimenting with personalization in the new and very nice Drupal layout builder. So what this webinar is about, first of all, about the challenges that as a marketer you encounter when you're building customer journeys. And also about how marketing automation and personalization can help you do a better job with that you're already doing with Drupal today. But most of all, it's supposed to be a very practical session to show you how we're doing it at Drupal and how you can do it as well. So offering every customer the best possible experience. That's what drives many businesses and marketers today. Why is that? Because that's what your customers or members or citizens or students, that's what they expect. Your competitors aren't your competitors, your only competitors anymore. You are competing with the different apps on your users' iPhones. That's what people expect in terms of customer experience. Regardless if you're B2B or B2C, or even working at an NGO, you're marketing to humans who have phones, who use apps, and who have very high expectations. So if you would only compare yourself with your competitors, you'll be the fastest snail in the race. You still might not make it to the finish line. You might say, well, we're just a small company. We're not Facebook or Amazon or Spotify. We can never compete with that type of companies. But I think size doesn't matter. Just as we see some small organizations that are swiftly pivoting and finding opportunities even in times of crisis, at Drupal we believe that every organization with the right ambition and drive can make a difference with its digital customer experience. Digital is really an opportunity to be a disruptor in any industry, regardless of your size. To make it a bit more tangible, I will be using today Sophia as a persona and her journey to find a gift for her mom. So meet Sophia. She's 27. She's a millennial living in an apartment in the city center of Ghent with her fiancé. She's a teacher, very creative, and she's preparing also for her wedding. Now, today, Sophia is looking for an original gift to surprise her mom at Mother's Day. So she's scrolling through her Instagram feed and she comes across an ad from Florista about Mother's Day gift. So she clicks on it and she lands on the Florista website, on the Mother's Day landing page, where you have typically a top 10 gift ideas, gifts for different moms, so a lot of content about Mother's Day. But on that page, there's also a list of recent blogs, of which one is Atelier Purple Rain. And this catches her eye since the picture shows flowers that her mom really likes. So she clicks on the blog and continues on to the page. This is a regular blog about flower pieces, but Sophia gets to see some specific personalization about Mother's Day because she came in via the Mother's Day ad, and we know that she cares about that. So that convinces her to download the tutorial at the bottom of the blog. So she gets a nice email with a download button to download the tutorial, but at that moment, a friend calls her about her wedding, and yeah, she forgets all about the email. So yes, she did a small conversion at first by downloading the tutorial, but she did not yet reach the actual goal of ordering that gift. And with many other things in her mind, yeah, now we kind of lost her. However, 3 days later, she gets another email with more tips to celebrate your mom. So we can bring her back, and she orders, in the end, that flower piece. And when she now returns to the Florista website, it's personalized with workshops because, given her behavior, she is now seen as an explorer on her website. She's shown interest in creative do-it-yourself things. She looked at workshops, she looked at tutorials. So from that behavior, we can extract that she is not really an online shopper, but she's really exploring different things on the website. So based with that information, we can personalize the homepage, not only for Mother's Day, but for other segments as well. And from now on, she gets the regular newsletter, which is again personalized with workshops, because she's an explorer. And there's also an item about bridals. By accident in the next newsletter. That's just a normal campaign that we're doing. But then, yeah, she's getting married, so she clicks on it, and from that moment, she's also added to the bridal segments. So with these regular newsletters, we can stay top of mind at relevant times and bring Sophia back to our website by combining personalized messaging and seasonal promotions and actions. And remember, Sophia remains the same person over time, but her intent changes. At first, she was looking for a gift for her mom, but she's not only a daughter, she's also a fiancée preparing for a wedding, and she's also a creative teacher. So her context is different upon each visit. Her intent can be different upon each visit. So personalization should be smart to cope with that ever-changing context and not keep you in the same segments forever. Oops. When you try to build these journeys, it can be quite challenging. When we're talking to our clients, they're often facing the same challenges. The first challenge being a lack of insight. Who is online? If you don't know that, how on earth can you deliver a personal experience? A second challenge is about data. Data not being available where you need it. You have disparate systems, you have different and constrained data models, and complex integration projects. It's like this little guy. Sometimes you have a lot of data available, but you can't reach it. It's not actionable or usable where and how you would like to use it. And that can be very frustrating. And a third challenge is about continuously adding new technology to your existing tech stack. It takes time, it takes budget, it's a change, and it's often hard to figure out upfront how well and how easy that new technology will fit in your existing stack in terms of integration, compatibility, ease of use. So the more you can rely on your existing tech stack, the easier it gets to move forward. Now, for all those challenges, I will be coming up with some opportunities over the next slides. But now I would like to think a bit about how marketing automation and personalization can enhance what you are doing today with Drupal. First of all, do you know who is visiting your Drupal websites? Not which campaigns are doing well, not how many visitors you have over the past few months on average, but do you know who is visiting you right now? Who is online? And what are they looking for? Who is reading your emails? That's key to know when you want to personalize your messaging. And if you know who is engaging with your websites and your digital channels, can you take action? Do you have the tools to offer a personal experience for each visitor so that he or she can find what they're looking for and enjoy the time they spent with you? Both marketing automation and personalization can help you do a better job to create a personal experience. Each in its own, they give you more insights in your visitors, and they can allow you to take one-on-one actions on that. But when you combine both tools, that's when it gets really interesting. The website personalization, you can use that to make your website visits better. You capture behavioral data on the website and you can create segments on that. When you also provide that information to the marketing automation solution, you get really a consistent experience across web and also email and maybe other channels you're using there. And marketing automation can be used to bring visitors back to your website. Remember, in the case of Sophia, we kind of lost her along the way because she had other things on her mind. With marketing automation, we can bring her back. And then with website personalization, we can make the website experience better and hopefully increase engagement. So it's really when you combine both that you have the biggest win. Dropsolid Experience Cloud is built on top of Drupal. So we're using Drupal for content management and we're adding personalization and marketing automation on top of that. Now, how to get started? What I would like to show you today is how we are building a personalized homepage for Sophia so that she sees different content on her second visit. What I also would like to show you is that we're building a personalized newsletter with different subject line to increase open rates, a personalized introduction, and different content for different audiences. And I would like to show you how we can embed such forms in our Drupal websites and put some automation flows behind it and how easy that really can be. Now, how I will be doing that today with Drupal Experience Cloud, which is actually based on open source technology, being Drupal for content management, Mautic for marketing automation, and Unomi is the underlying customer data platform which we are using to build the segments for personalization. The advantage of using a platform like this is over any set of best of breed tools is that it's simple. It's easy. All your content is in one place. Your content personalization is in Drupal. You're not using separate tools or a separate layer on top of it. And also all your customer data is in one place, in the customer data platform, and you can reuse those segments in Drupal and Mautic for personalization. So it's easy, it's open, it's affordable, and it's flexible to grow with you over time when you're adding new components to your experience. Now, what is our approach for building such a journey? First of all, it's very important to get this insight in your visitors, to know who is visiting you, and with that insight, start building segments. With those segments, you can use them across different channels to do personalization. And also very important is that you get insight in your campaign performance for these different segments so that you know what works and what doesn't work, and you can enhance and you can continuously make improvements. So this is the UI in Drop Solid platform that we've built on top of Unomi. And what you see here is a set of profiles that are visiting your website. A profile being a single visitor, a device or a cookie, who we can track across multiple sessions and also across multiple devices once we know him from his email address. So these profiles keep getting richer and getting smarter with more data being added upon each page view or click that they're doing. We're also capturing events on each profile. And here, the cool thing is that it goes really, really very deep. We capture metadata on the pages. We capture content that is being selected by his mouse. We capture the copy when that is being clicked on a button or even in text. So the data that we're capturing is really rich and very deep, and that makes it really interesting for your segment building. With all that data, the AI behind is suggesting segments of visitors with similar behavior, engaging with similar content. So for example, on the Drop Solid website, we have visitors who engage with very technical content on Drupal, on technical terms, DXP, but we also have visitors who engage more with marketing content, topics about UX and SEO, who reading customer cases. So from the content they consume, from the type of call to actions they click, we can deduct what type of people are visiting us, and we can use that information to personalize their experience. And that is exactly what you're doing here. So you're using this data to build segments, but you can also build segments with simple rules. Like for example, the Mother's Day campaign that we used for Sophia, we use the UTM campaign parameter to build a segment. So everyone who enters our website from a specific campaign, we put them in a segment, and not only on the first page we can personalize, but their entire visit or even future visits, we can still personalize because we know they came from that campaign and they are a very specific target group that we targeted with that campaign. And then it gets interesting. So once you've built your segments and you've discovered who is visiting your website, you can use that in Drupal. So this is a screenshot from the Drupal backend, the new layout builder. And when you click on any block or button in this case, you can define, in this case for the button, where it should go to. But you can also define here who should see it. So in this case, only people in the Explorer segment will see the Workshops button. And people in the Online Shopper segment might only see the button Go to the Shop. So it's very simple to personalize any type of content, any piece of content in your Drupal website. And it's also easy to test because it's sometimes hard to test that you are in all the different segments. There is a nice browser plugin that we have created where you can act like being in a segment so you exactly see how the page looks like for people in such a segment. Mautic also gives you a lot of information about your visitors, and also here you see the segments that you created in your DXP, in your CDP. So when you personalize your emails, you can also do the same thing. You have a specific type of text, and in this case, you can build different variation for people in the different segments. So you can reuse those segments across your Drupal and your emails so that you can bring a consistent message across all the different channels. In Mautic, you can go very far with building such journeys. So you can also do really complex personalization examples with campaigns. Also, form building is really intuitive in Mautic. There is a very handy UI that you can build forms, add fields, add validation without any line of code. So it's really user-friendly. And adding such a form in Drupal is also easy. So there is a content block marketing automation form that you can add and where you can very simply select one of the forms you just created in Mautic and embed it in your form. Editing the form in Mautic will immediately give you, the changes are on live. So no coding needed to create your own forms, use them in your Drupal website, and do follow-up with emails and campaigns. And voila, there is the form. And the last thing I would like to touch is the last part of the creation journey. It's the campaign performance. So when you're doing these personalization campaigns across your different channels, you also want to measure whether it works. What's really the value that you get out of it? And by using these CDP segments as custom dimensions in Google Analytics, you can track very easily how your personalization campaigns are doing in Google Analytics. Because for each segment, you can see the conversion rate, the session duration, the pages per session, and all kinds of metrics. And you can see how they evaluate when you do specific campaigns to those segments. So as a conclusion for today, I want to make that building those frictionless customer journeys, it's important, it's challenging, it's not easy. It takes a lot of work, but it is possible by using open source marketing technology. It's accessible and it's possible regardless of how big your organization is or how much budget you have. And working with open partnerships can help you to be more successful. So we're a bit short in time here. This is my last slide. I don't know if there's any questions in the Q&A, but I'm available at the Dropsolid booth to answer your questions. And there's also a more in-depth demo of Dropsolid Experience Cloud, where I will be showing a bit more of the features that I quickly ran over right now. Today at 3:15, you can see it in your timeline. So for now, thank you very much for joining, and I'm really curious about your questions, and I hope to see you very soon on our booth.